Bhavika, what is Funderstanding and which grades is it ideal for?
Funderstanding is a beautiful process where all the students showcase their understanding in a fun way to the parents. That's why it's called Fun plus Understanding, Funderstanding. And whatever they have learned through the term, they'll be making it visible to the parents. It's basically it happens from K1 to grade 2, end of first term as a celebration.
So how much time do you recommend to be set aside for planning of the Funderstanding? And then how much time would it take on the day of the event?
Funderstanding as a process including all the elements from planning to process takes around 2 weeks. And on the particular day, it takes 1.5 hours, which gives enough time for every child to showcase their understanding.
What kind of spaces are ideal for Funderstanding?
When we actually decide the space for Funderstanding, there are 3 key points to keep in mind. First, when all the parents are coming together in the morning, they need little bit of energizer or icebreaker, which demands for the open space and the big space. We can use the courtyard or the stage. Second thing, we really need a big hall or a room where all the parents can fit in and students can fit in, along with having some space for students to come and demonstrate their learning. Third thing, when we are actually looking at each child would be choosing their language of learning to demonstrate their understanding. According to the language of learning, we may align to the space appropriately. So where we look at if physical game is there, we may play it in open area, and where there has to be audio visual related to presentation.
Don't you find it difficult for letting the young children decide what they want to showcase?
Actually, this is the perfect time to give the ownership to the students. When the choice is given to them, they put in their 100%, it becomes theirs. And when we revisit the whole term through the pictures and all, gradually students recall everything and start thinking about what they enjoyed the most. And if not, if for some or the other students, if they are not able to choose the particular role, teacher is there to prompt in a manner that the child chooses wisely.
Bhavika, what if a child is really shy or reluctant to participate? How do you then address that?
The whole idea of Funderstanding is to help each child to shine in front of the parents. And throughout the process, actually, they develop the confidence to speak in front of the larger audience. Yeah, sometimes yet if the child is feeling shy, we try to have another way of demonstrating their understanding. Could be the interactive session or dramatic way to demonstrate their learning, which doesn't have the direct eye contact of the parents.
What is the key role of teachers in planning for Funderstanding?
In the beginning of the process, it is very important for the teacher to revisit the whole term through the pictures, which will help the students to decide what do they want to showcase to the parents. Because the students are actually designing and planning the whole process of Funderstanding, as a teacher, it is important to help them to consider all the factors around that and choose the roles and responsibilities towards that. Once everything is planned and each child is clear about his role, teacher makes it a point that they practice every single day. She'll be constantly giving them the feedback to improve on their presentation. When she sees that students are ready to move ahead, she'll be sending them to buddies and teachers for the further scrutiny, where they get the critical feedback to move ahead. Actually, throughout this process, teacher becomes a facilitator who will be scaffolding their learning.
What, according to you, are 3 key strategies for making Funderstanding really successful?
1, you plan it tightly, keeping all the elements in your mind. 2nd, give the ownership to the students and just be the facilitator around. 3rd very important thing is that you need to invest in each child so that they are able to shine in front of the parents.